Do you want to know what's really funny? Do you want to know what's really, really hilarious and funny and comical? I think I'm starting to understand what this YouTube channel means to me. Today, I had this plan of what to talk about, and I had an idea in my head. I had a couple of things happen to me that I wanted to share, and I figured that they would serve as good video topics. And I was working with them. I was working with them. I was working with them. I couldn't quite figure it out. And I just gave up. I just gave up. I just surrendered. And the same thing can be said about today's shoot. Okay. I kid you not. I've been working on this setup with the plans, new plans, by the way. I added in some new friends. I have a lot to say about these guys, but I will say that I have been setting up the light, the plants, the angle of the camera for the longest time, and I still don't really like it. But then I also, in the same way with my original topic, I just gave up. I surrendered it. I was just like, you know what? No, no more. No more clinging to this idea of the perfect set. No more clinging to this idea of the perfect topic. I give up. I surrender. And I referenced this in my previous video, and I guess this is now the topic of today's video. And I was not planning this, but here we are. There is power in surrender. There is actually power in giving up. Now, it's very context dependent, but for those who have a relationship with God and believe in God, I think that is a major linkage here. People often talk about surrendering to God as if they tell themselves, you know what? I thought I was in control. I thought I had the answers. I thought I knew what I was doing. And turns out I didn't know shit. And I'm just going to give it to God. I'm going to give it up. And whether or not you believe in God, I think that's an incredibly powerful concept that you can apply in your own life, regardless of where your spiritual practice is. Maybe you're not spiritual at all, but there is something to be said about the nature of surrender. I would say surrender is inherently spiritual, but you don't have to be spiritual to subscribe to the idea of surrender. There's so many different ways to apply it to. I had a very interesting day today. Today is June 23rd, the year of our Lord 2024. It's a Sunday. On Sunday mornings, I go to my meditation group, and that usually sets the context or sets the vibe for the rest of the day. It's kind of a good way to start my Sunday and to kind of start thinking about the rest of the week. And despite the fact that I went to my meditation group, today was it was all over the place mentally. And it got to a point where I said, I give up. I surrender. I give up. I don't know what I'm doing, but I give up my clinging to these stupid ideas and to these stupid feelings. Maybe not stupid feeling. There's something to be said about just calling your feelings stupid. Maybe that's not the best way to approach it. Maybe you want to be a little bit more tactful than that. But I don't know. I was worrying about a bunch of BS today. And you can get so caught up in it, right? You can get so caught up in the drama. You can get so wrapped up in it. And you're identifying with it. You're in it, man. You're really just in it. And don't you kind of just get sick of that? Don't you don't you just want to say, I'm done. I surrender this. And again, like I said earlier, this is where it's helpful if you have a belief in God, because then you can say, well, God, I give this to you. I can't do this. I can't do this. I got to give this to you. And again, maybe that's not your thing. Maybe you don't believe in that type of thing. Even if you don't, there is something so there's like, let's say you're worrying about something stupid. Let's see if I can come up with an example in my own life today. I mean, I was worried. Get this. So there was a car show in town, and I really love film photography, and I recently just got a couple rolls of Portra 400, which is, if you know film, you know Portra. It's a very iconic film stock made by Kodak, and Portra 400 is probably the most popular version of Portra, and it tends to do really well with color. And there was a vintage car show, and I thought to myself, oh my God, all these vintage cars with crazy cool paint jobs. That sounds great. But then it was kind of a spontaneous thing because I wanted to take pictures at this particular event, but it was a very spontaneous decision, and it kind of threw off the rest of my day. So like, oh, what about laundry? When am I going to make lunch? When am I going to do this errand? When am I going to do that? Like, why am I putting my entire day aside just to do photography at a car show? And I was worrying about that. That is so stupid. And I found myself worrying about this. And then I'm like, dude, just do what you want to do. Like, have fun with your life. Like, why are you getting so caught up in your routine? Why can't you go to a car show and do photography there? Like, why not? That sounds like a great time. Why am I even second guessing this idea? This is going to be great. And you know what? I did it, and it was great. I had a blast. I feel pretty proud of the pictures that I took, and it's going to take weeks till I see them because they're still in the fridge. Like, I haven't even sent them into the lab. And then when the lab gets them, it's going to be a couple weeks, but that's besides the point. That's the discipline it takes to shoot with film, that's a whole nother video for a different channel. Anyways, I got to a point where I gave up my worrying about that dumb shit. Why am I worrying about doing something that would bring me joy? And I just feel like a lot of our worries are really ultimately kind of dumb if we look into them a little bit more deeply. And maybe they're not. Maybe you have some legitimate concerns that are driving you crazy, and I respect that. I understand that. I have a few concerns that I would consider myself to be legitimate, but at the same time, even if they are heavy, you can begin to let go of them a little bit so they don't have such a hold on you. It's interesting how we tend to hold on so tightly to our worries as if they're a part of us. We hold on to our anxieties. Why? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? What good is that serving you? I can think of so many examples today of dumb things that I was just holding on to. And it's just the clinging, it's the attachment to the feeling, to the idea. To next time you're worried about something, or if you're worried about something right now, do a quick investigation about, okay, what is it that I'm worried about? Okay, do I have any control over the matter? Okay, I don't, because usually the things that you're worried about, you don't really have control over. And I think as soon as you realize that you don't have control, just give it up. Just surrender that worry. If you don't believe in God, give it to someone. Give it to the flying spaghetti monster. I don't care. Just like, you don't need it. You can take it. You can, I don't know what I'm trying to demonstrate here. You can take it out of your heart. I don't know if that's correct. Anyways, take it. Do this. Nope. Nope, I don't need that. I'm just going to... I don't need that. Now, I know. Easier said than done. That is like the definition. That's the definition of easier said than done. Like, a lot of us, we can't just take a worry, pick it up, extend our arm, and drop it over there. It's not as simple as that, but it could be. It could be with practice. With practice. Next time you're worried about something, do a bit of an investigation. Say, okay, I'm worried about this. Do I have any control over it? Is this worry serving me? Because that's what happens with this stuff. The more questions you ask, the more you realize, oh my God, I can't do anything about this and it's not serving me at all. And then you can drop it. You can give it up. You can surrender it. So I'm thinking a lot about surrender recently. Just give up. Give up your problems. Give up your worries. Like, everything you need is right here in this moment. As you're watching this video, you have it all. You've got it. You've got what you need. But as soon as you start revving up the thinking engine, that's when the worries start coming in. No. Just stop that. Stop that. Stop thinking about the narratives and the concepts and the stories in your life. Just be here, be now, realize that you have it all. You're good. And when the worries start to come in, be like, okay, you know what? Hello, worry. Hi, I can't do anything to control you, and you're not serving me. So I'm going to take you and I'm going to throw you aside and just give you up and surrender you, because there's no reason for me to hold on to you. No reason whatsoever. I don't know what else I have to say about this topic. I just think it's really funny that I sat down today with the intention to, I was actually going to, I was going to do like a little topic about suffering today, and a long story. That'll be for the next video or for the video after that or whatever. I just find it funny that I sat down today with all these expectations of how the set was going to look, of how the topic was going to be. And it got to the point where, okay, I don't care about this topic anymore, and I don't care how this set looks anymore. This will get figured out eventually. I don't really know. Do I need more plants? Do I need less plants? Do I need it to have it in a different part of the apartment? I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. I'm just here to hang, man. I'm just here to hang, and I'm here to hopefully offer you an insight or two that makes your day better. So I appreciate you watching. We're going to keep this one a little bit shorter today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.